Hey everybody, Z-Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and in this episode of the Typical Manga Review, we'll be discussing the Naruto Guidance 700 plus 2, The Boy with the Sharingan. And no, it's not the one we think it is. Though it does open with him.
I actually suspected that it meant something different.
Yep.
And okay, so we see Sasuke with his Sharingan, and he's like walking around. Maybe he think he heard a noise. And first off, this guy looks really emo now. Like has bangs coming one side of his eye.
Like what,
Man,
compared to before?
Yeah, he's like super duper emo now. He looks
Yep.
he really looks the part now.
Yep.
And he's signed too. So that even
We got emo and Wankst.
yeah.
And he immediately gets attacked by somebody whose coat also has an Uchiha mark on it.
Damn it! Can't these guys just die? Just die already! Jeez.
Well, Sasuke keeps trying to bring him back. It's his fault.
Yeah.
Of course, Sasuke doesn't even know who this guy is.
Yeah, and he's using his like Chidori on his sword, and it turns out he has the Sharingan.
Yep.
And this guy looks really, because he doesn't have black hair like all the other Uchiha. He has white hair, and it's also styled really weird, like a freaking turnip.
Cone. Like Copper Kid and like Silverhawks, like a cartoon. I'll show you a clip of that later, so you can see what I mean.
It looks like a turnip though for me. Turnip head.
Yep.
So he's like, you. He's like, who are you? And the guy just goes away.
Yep.
And then we go back to Karen, just looking at the picture of Sasuke
Sarada.
and that's Sarada. That's how similar they look. I keep thinking they're each other.
Yeah, but basically, like she's talking to Shizune right now, and she pretty much confides in Shizune about her wondering about whether or not she's actually Sakura's child, and so she wants to know more about when she was born, who delivered her, who was the midwife, so to speak, who was present, and she's pretty much like she's done her research on this. She's not just jumping into this. She's actually studied up and learned that there is no record of her birth anywhere in the Leaf Village, in any hospital in the village.
Yeah, that should raise a lot of questions right there. That means something's up.
For her, it has.
Yeah.
And she's wondering about Karen and why they've got such similar like style with similar appearance.
And especially if they have the same glasses.
Yep.
I don't know if it's the same type of actually the same. That'd be weird. And then we go to Choji and his daughter. I forgot her name.
Cho-Cho. Real quick.
Yeah.
The Arlong Park thread for these chapters, they call them Cho-Cho's. They changed the title to Cho-Cho's Bizarre Adventure.
I knew that would be the case.
Anyway, like they're eating breakfast at a burger place apparently.
And she's complaining about him eating like stuff.
Supersize. And like the mom was like, what do you expect? Like all the stress and worry in the world doesn't change the fact we all meet our meter sooner or later. Having said that, I am not touching that food.
And like, Choji's like, you're still a blossoming young girl. You gotta eat a lot to grow. And she's like, that's corporal fat. I'm already plenty of that. Thank you very much. Oh, she actually acknowledges that she's fat. Holy shit.
Well, I think that was even back in the epilogues he did that. And then pretty much like that's where Sarada comes in. Like she and Cho-Cho start talking. And Cho-Cho has something to confide to Sarada. There's a big shock. She thinks she's not really Choji and her's child. Which really raises the question of who the hell's child is she?
and she's like, look at me. I don't resemble him in the least. And it's obvious that she is actually that child. It's just making fun. It's actually a really funny comedy moment because it actually is making fun of this whole situation.
Yeah.
Even though it's obvious that she's their child.
Yeah.
Of
course.
And Sarada gives a really weird look, like, yeah. Now that you mention it, and she gives a wow.
Like there's a few comments that were kind of pissed off at Cho-Cho for this, just because like it's innocently insensitive to use a TV trope name because he doesn't know. Or actually they put it right here like that. So whoever this other person is, Mitsuki's like that's what's commonly referred to as your tragic heroine syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, remember that it's not her fault. She doesn't know, but yeah. So he apparently is a kid. Everyone wants to know who this guy is. He came into this town from another village, into this town from another village some time ago, and he's like, you must be Uchiha.
Because she's got the crest. Meanwhile, you can tell the other Cho-Cho's not Kimichi by just looking at her.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's like, as for me, I wonder if that's the case. So, we go to the kid with the Sharingan who is talking to a guy in the hood. What the hell is with these guys in like hoods and cloak and all that
if you look at the next chapter, he's actually wearing an Akatsuki cloak.
Yeah, I mean that's still though. It's like who the hell's left from that organization?
True.
The freaking leader betrayed the organization. Both of them. No, both of the leaders betrayed the
both of them. You're right about that. But the only person I can think of who might potentially, even slightly be alive is Conan.
Yeah. No, she's dead. I thought she was alive too, but it confirmed that she's dead.
I mean, yeah, that's
anyway,
what I'm saying. Even possibly, though.
Yeah. So the boy is pissed off that he murdered Itachi and says he cannot go unpunished and she'll die by my hands. And then the guy says, well said, Sasuke is a disgrace to the family with Uchiha, and honestly he is. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he's pissed off about Itachi dying makes me think that he's actually like Itachi's bastard.
Yeah, of course, it's not like Sasuke actually killed Itachi. Itachi pretty much killed himself.
What Sasuke killed was the quality of this manga, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, that was like one of the heaviest fights, and Sasuke and Itachi let him win.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't even do that without he couldn't even kill Itachi without Itachi's help.
Yeah. So Cho-Cho, we go back to Cho-Cho, and she's like, I'm gonna go on a journey to find out who my real parents are, and then basically Sarada gets the idea from in doing the same thing. Although we all know who Cho-Cho's parents are, obviously, but
yeah.
But yeah, she's like, okay, I'm gonna go find my dad, and they can tell me the truth. Blah blah blah. Yeah. He probably doesn't even know her.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, I'll go find out who that girl in the glasses is and ask her directly.
Yep. And then I guess why does he even go to Naruto's office right here? Is it to get permission to leave the village?
I think so. He wanted to. She said that if Shizune were to ask the seventh, he at least had some vague idea as to their location. So she wanted to know possible locations from Naruto. That's what she wanted.
Okay, I missed that panel.
Yeah, and then so basically Naruto's like, okay, he's ordering forehead protectors for the graduates, and he's like, yeah, Shikamaru, just leave it to me, man. And then we get a hawk, or eagle. An eagle would be better as a hawk.
It'd be hawk. I mean, well, it's a bird from Sasuke either way.
Yeah, but it'd be funny if it's hawk because he called himself Team Hawk, right?
Yep.
But anyway, it's Sasuke's eagle, and basically Sasuke's like, yeah, he's giving like news about reconnaissance missions in undeveloped territories.
Yeah. So he doesn't have easy access to things like phones to call in with.
Yeah, he has phones now, and Sasuke mentioned that there are basically the kid. And first, I like to laugh that Sasuke's basically Naruto's bitch, right? I mean, come on, he's reporting to Naruto.
Well, yeah, pretty much. That. I mean, well, I think at this point, he is the Hokage now, and Sasuke's like,
yeah, take that, you Sasuke fanboys.
I was about to say, like, in the next scene, like, where is Kakashi? But now I see the translation on the manga stream where it says bathhouse. That figures.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, what's up, Naruto? What are you bothering me on my R&R, during my R&R session? Yeah. And then, Naruto tells him about the Sharingan. He's like, there's no way. But then Kakashi's like, maybe it's one of Orochimaru's test subjects. And, yeah, and he's like, yeah, maybe, and Yamato's on the lookout, so Yamato's, around. Mm-hmm. And... he's saying maybe Yamato can give you a few leads. I'll give him the heads up. And then Karen hears, not Karen, Sarada. Just say Karen.
Just stick with Salad.
Salad hears all of this, and she's like, she's basically following him now. And so Naruto goes out and says, okay, we're going to have to ask Sasuke for more details. And that makes Salad like, wow. So if he's meeting Sasuke, I can follow him. And yeah. I can meet my dad, basically,
Yep. And meanwhile, here's like Naruto's going to leave a clone behind while he goes to investigate himself firsthand, which actually is probably the better way to go because like if you get into a fight with the clone and the clone gets hit, boom. Meanwhile, you can probably stay him to do paperwork. The clone will probably hate that though.
Yeah, and apparently though that he also knows where Orochimaru's is because he says we'll be heading to Orochimaru. Mm-hmm. Interesting enough. So maybe he's being monitored, but if he's being monitored, why not just kill him? Whatever.
Well, but, there might be some use, or there might be some kind of deal going on there,
or capture him, or whatever. I don't know. Orochimaru being alive pisses me off. Yeah, Orochimaru being alive pisses me off. Anyway, so we go to we got the graduation exam coming up, and he's like, we gotta. Shikamaru's like, we gotta do this before because this could burst into like a roaring inferno. We gotta do this thing quickly.
Yep. Better to get done quick before it turns into a problem.
So yeah, Salad follows Naruto, and Naruto basically tells Shikamaru to take care of everything, the graduation shit. And so as it turns out, Cho-Cho followed Salad, and he's like, hey. So basically, he's like, I bet my dad's gonna be a real total hottie. If you guys find I can't go pick that for me, got it? And Salad's just like, ugh. So yeah, Cloud's gonna move on basically, blah blah blah.
I wonder if Sarada's going to actually tell her what she's doing this for pretty much the same reason. And for better reasons.
Alright, okay, so now for theories times. Any theories?
Well, nothing too much here. Like I said, the holding with, I think we kind of mentioned before, like, I think Kakashi's got a point. This probably is something of Orochimaru's, or maybe it's even some holdover of Danzo's with all the, because he didn't have all the Uchiha Sharingans. Like I read a thing before that Sasuke was actually looking for like other Sharingans, like remaining Sharingans. In fact, my thought on that was like being let loose didn't work out for him, so he decided to be Kurapika from
Yeah,
Hunter x Hunter.
and also, it's also very notable to note that the guy doesn't have the Uchiha hair, but he does bear the symbol, which means why would he bear the symbol or if he isn't one of them, even if he has a Sharingan.
Yep.
And this Akatsuki guy, I mean, who could he be?
Right, because like I said, I don't remember every last one of them right offhand, but I know that most of them are dead, except maybe could a Zetsu still be alive? A white one?
People think it's the Black Zetsu.
But this Black Zetsu got banished with Kaguya.
Yeah, but that's actually like being logical, so who knows? But yeah.
Right.
Oh no, White Zetsu was burned to a crisp. Oh no, it could be, but you're right. No, the Toby, the one that looked like Toby, like his mask. What happened to that one? That was one of the Zetsus.
I mean, were the white Zetsus even sentient? Or could one of them become sentient?
Well, yeah, both of them. There were two of them that were sentient.
I mean, you had the white one.
All of them were sentient.
I always thought the white ones were more like zombie servants type of thing.
Well, most of them, I think they all had their personalities, but they were just foot soldiers. That's what made it seem like they had no personalities. But the two main ones were the original white Zetsu who was part of Black Zetsu, and then the one that Toby used when he was when he was recovering. The one that contained Yamato, that was the one. That guy, I don't think that he was accounted for.
I don't know. We might be worth checking into.
I remember they referenced him. I don't know if he died or whatever, but I gotta look. I'll have to check that because it's been a while.
Yeah, because Itachi's partner is Kisame, and he suicided. We got Sasori and Deidara. They're dead.
Suicide's a verb.
Conan and Pain were gone too.
Yeah, and so I don't know. We have no idea. It could be anyone, but I'm thinking maybe one of the Zetsus. It can't be another Uchiha. It can't be Danzo. I mean
Danzo.
But one thing I'd like to note. One thing I'd like to note is that apparently Salah's name is like a pun on maybe like the rebirth of the Uchihas because she's basically the first of the new generation.
Right.
But this is what's funny. If she marries someone like Boruto, because that's what they seem to be like implying that she and Boruto might get together one day.
Right.
When they get married, legally, she has to use Uzumaki name. So Uzumaki beats Uchiha in that sense too. Take that. That means at every point, as long as Sasuke.
Hold on. What if she's actually Karin's child? Wouldn't that be Uzumaki and Uzumaki, two of them beating Uchiha?
Oh shit! Yeah, I know. That's hilarious. But funny was if the thing is if from that point on, as long as Sasuke doesn't have a son, all the Uchihas have to bear the Uzumaki name. Take that! Boom!
And the son could always become a dateless loser.
Yeah.
Which would be very ironic if it is father.
All right. So that's enough with theorizing today. I think.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Like that's pretty much everything on Naruto. I don't really have anything extra to add on to that. I need to start taking notes so I can have these things ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, my only big theory right now is just whether or not Sasuke actually was involved in her birth. If you remember that theory.
Yeah, who the hell are the other two guys? And is Mitsuki actually important? Because everyone seems to be like, who is that guy?
Doesn't he have Orochimaru eyes? Do you?
Yeah, but he came from another village, so who knows?
Sound.
We don't know.
Sound.
Anime. I know. Sound. You're right. Maybe it's a sound guy. Who knows? But manga tends to also do that, where a lot of people look similar too.
With the eyes, could he also be related to Gaara?
No, Gaara doesn't have anyone right now. They're going to do an epilogue story with him finding love, so he has no one right now.
Oh, okay.
Like he has no son, no wife, no girlfriend.
There is a little sketch comic I saw of Kiba and Akamaru. Like it's told from Akamaru's point of view of him like meeting a girl, of Kiba meeting a girl. I'll see if I can find a link to you for that.
Okay.
It's only a sketch form. It's not like a fully fleshed out story.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep, we're all good to go here. Go ahead and take us out.
Bye!